In this video, we're going to be going through ranking and showing off all 122 Pack-A-Punch Camos in COD Zombies history. This includes Treyarch maps, non-Treyarch maps, all of them. This video took forever to make, so if you want to leave a like or a comment, I appreciate you a ton. But with that, let's roll right in. The original, the first ever COD Zombies Pack-A-Punch Camo, all the way back on World at War to Riese, and it might be my nostalgia talking, but this is one of my favorite Pack-A-Punch Camos of all time. The way the texture engraves on the weapon is something we really haven't seen before. And yeah, I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10. I love the alternative texture. I love the engraving. I love everything about this camo. And now for the second ever Pack-A-Punch Camo. This is the camo for all of the main maps on Black Ops 1. And I'm going to be 100% honest. I really don't like this one. This seems like a massive downgrade from World at War. On World at War, the camo was massively identifiable pretty much anywhere on the map, even on a map as dark as Riese. This is the lightest Black Ops 1 map, and even on this map, it's just not very noticeable. It gets lost, and for that, I'm gonna give this camo a 2 out of 10. Black Ops 1 on the Wii has a modified version of this camo. Instead of having red lines, it's now got green/yellow lines. I wasn't able to get footage of this myself, so this footage is from Dalek JD. And yeah, this camo is already pretty bad. Taking the red, making it yellowish green made it even worse. 0 out of 10. That's the best I could do for this. That, however, isn't the only Pack-A-Punch camo on Black Ops 1. They remastered all of the World at War maps, and with that, they remastered the Pack-A-Punch camo on the World at War weapons as well. I just don't think they did a very good job at it. It looks really flat in this version, whereas in the World at War version, it looked like it was actually engraved into the weapon. And the coverage isn't too great either. On the World at War version, you had kind of this chrome Damascus reflective thing on any part that wasn't engraved. And on the Black Ops 1 version, they just left it with the default version of the weapon. And another unique thing, the Wonder Waffle in this version turns golden. This is the only weapon in the entire Black Ops 1 to have a golden Pack-A-Punch camo. So that's another unique oddity. I am going to give this version of the World at War camo probably a 1 out of 10. It's not unique, and yeah, it's definitely a massive downgrade. Now for Black Ops 2, this is the Victis Pack-A-Punch camo. Any of the Victis maps, this is the camo you're gonna get. And dude, my opinions on this camo are so mixed. It looks really nice. It looks like kind of like a royalty camo. You got like a silver gold infused, and you've got cracks on it. But I don't know, as time's gone on, I think I like this camo less and less. And ultimately, I'd probably give this camo a 5 out of 10. It's very mediocre. The cracks are a nice touch, but a lot of the Victis maps are fairly dark, making this kind of hard to see. The Mob of the Dead Pack-A-Punch camo was the first ever fully animated Pack-A-Punch camo we ever got in COD Zombies, and it looks pretty sick. It's this flowing lava with like cracks and rituals all over it. And I think they did a great job considering this was the first time they kind of delved into making animated camos. Is it the coolest looking camo ever? No, but I'd still probably rate this a solid 7 out of 10. I really do enjoy this camo, and for their first shot at animating a camo, it looks great. For the final camo in Black Ops 2, we have the Origins Pack-A-Punch camo. I'm just gonna straight up say it. This is one of the best Pack-A-Punch camos of all time. It's got this 3D Element 115 but blue effect to it. And I mean, it just looks insane. Not only that, this camo kind of fully defines this map. There are a few Pack-A-Punch camos that just fully fit the theme of a map. You can see by the alternative texture, it's got kind of this steampunk robot vents on it, some scratches with like this golden effect. All around, I'm gonna have to give this one a 10 out of 10. The Origins Pack-A-Punch camo is top notch. Exo Zombies, definitely the most unique when it comes to Pack-A-Punching. Each map has 20 Pack-A-Punch camos. However, every single map has the same Pack-A-Punch camo, so we only have to show them on one different map here. When you Pack-A-Punch your weapon for the very first time, you actually get a pretty cool looking camo. This almost looks exactly like Dark Aether from Vanguard, and that's tier 1. The unfortunate part is when you Pack-A-Punch again, you get a basic MP camo, and then if you Pack-A-Punch again, you get another basic MP camo. Basic MP camo. So this is going to be a really hard one to rank because there are a few cool camos in here. However, most of these are just like the basic, like really crappy tier multiplayer camos you unlock. This one I think is unique. I'm not even, it's like almost like a monkey on the side when you can see the bigger texture of it. But the only one that's been animated so far was the very first Pack-A-Punch tier. This is tier 13 of Pack-A-Punch. If you're on a decently high round, okay, here's another good one. This one's actually pretty sick. It's like the red with the white lines through it. But then we Pack-A-Punch again, and we get this, something that doesn't light up, something that's not animated Pack-A-Punch again, and you get this. This is tier 17 Pack-A-Punch, and the ones you got prior to this were just straight cooler. So I don't really get the whole going from like a good camo to a basic camo. Here is the gold camo, which actually isn't like the normal gold camo in most other games for this. Then we have the royalty camo. This is tier 20 and you get some fireworks just to be like, hey, you're now at max weapon level. This is essentially the dark aether or dark matter for advanced warfare. However, this isn't the final tier Pack-A-Punch. If you do the entire Easter egg on any map, you unlock a special Pack-A-Punch machine. And this special Pack-A-Punch machine lets you Pack-A-Punch one more time, going all the way up to tier 25, giving you a brand new camo. And this is the multiplayer diamond camo, which funny enough, you actually get the royalty camo after the diamond camo. So essentially we just went back a tier. This would almost be like if tier 20 was the dark aether camo, you would then Pack-A-Punch your weapon and then you'd get plague diamond, is essentially what just happened here. And diamond in this game is interesting, but this map's dark and it's kind of hard to show these off. I don't even know what to rate this game. There's 20 different camos we just showed off. Only like 2 of them are unique to the zombies mode, and you get through them really quickly. So I'm not going to be ranking each one of these individually because I'm not going to give this game 20 different rankings. I'm just going to give this game probably a 1 out of 10 for the whole system, because honestly, I don't want to use the MP diamond camo. Let me use that green camo. Let me use the red camo with the cracks for my final tier. Those camos are cool, but you only get to use them for like a split second on like the earlier tier Pack-A-Punches. So yeah, this is going to get a fairly low ranking for me. Moving on to Black Ops 3, we have Shadows of Evil, and this is going to be one of the harder camos for me to rank. The camo itself looks really good, but this is almost a direct copy of the camo we saw on Mob of the Dead. It's got kind of that lava ritual feel. However, they didn't even include the gold accent color. So this is just a worse version of the Mob of the Dead camo, because all the areas that's not covered by the camo just has this kind of matte black, which is a downgrade from the gold. So I'm going to give this one overall probably a 4 out of 10. The Giant. Yes, this is the 3rd time we have seen this Pack-A-Punch camo. Once in World at War, then in Black Ops 1, and now again in Black Ops 3. And I hate to say it, this is probably the worst implementation. This version has the most detail out of any of them, but this map is so dark, and the way it's displayed, you can only see it in very few parts of the map in like perfect lighting. But other than that, when you're running around the map playing normally, you can't even tell you have a camo on it. Even though the World at War version wasn't illuminated, on the World at War version you could see the camo in darker areas. In any part of the map you could tell that your weapon was Pack-A-Punch, but on this you've really got to go out of your way and kind of look to see that you have the camo. But when you do see it, it looks great, but this is the only map you can use this camo on, so you're kind of just out of luck with that. And I'm gonna have to give this one a 0 out of 10 because I know the potential this camo has. The World at War version is one of my favorite versions, and Black Ops 3 being a game that's so good looking visually, I feel like they should have done more justice to this camo. Eisendrache, the very first COD Zombies map with alternative Pack-A-Punch camos. When you Pack-A-Punch a weapon on this map, there's one of 5 camos you're gonna get. There's the purple one, which looks really good. You've got the red one, which is super bright, super vibrant, really like that one. We've got the blue one, which reminds me of the ocean. We then got the green one that kind of looks like an emerald. Then we've got the yellow, which looks like PP yellow, definitely my least favorite out of all 5. Then there was an unused one that was also added on the code on this map. It's more of kind of a dollar, but it's like a white grayish camo, which I really like this one. Wish it replaced the yellow, but it didn't. And this one I'm gonna have to give a fairly high ranking. This was the first map where we saw alternative camo textures, where if you don't like the purple, just Pack-A-Punch your weapon again and you could get the red one, and they all look great and really stand out. So for that, I'm gonna have to give this a 7 out of 10. Zetsubou No Shima, once again another yellow looking Pack-A-Punch camo, and I'm really not the biggest fan of like this yellow greenish color. However, I kind of let it pass on this map because it really does fit the theme of this map so well. If you look at it in a brighter area, you can see it's a bunch of vines moving around the weapon, and I don't know, it just kind of fits with the atmosphere. So because of that, even though it's kind of an ugly yellow looking camo, I'd still probably give it just a 6 out of 10 just because it really does fit with the map it's on. Gorod Krovi, just like Eisendrache, this map has 5 different camos. Each time you Pack-A-Punch your weapon, it's going to come out with a different colored camo. We've got this light blue one right here, we've got this green one, we've got this really bright orange, we've got this purple one, and then we've got a really dark red. I think all of them look amazing except for maybe the dark red. This one's kind of dark and dreary, whereas everything else is a really bright color. And once again, this camo really fits the theme of this map. This is something Black Ops 3 did better than any other game, but the Pack-A-Punch camos on this game kind of fit the theme of the map, and I don't know. I like these a lot, and I'd probably have to give it a 7 out of 10. Revelations, once again following the 5 Pack-A-Punch camo combo, and the theme of this map is space, and guess what? All the Pack-A-Punch camos have a very spacey feel to it. Starting off with this green one, which is my least favorite. Then we've got this one, which is like a nebula camo. I think this is everyone's favorite on this map, and this is one of the better Pack-A-Punch camos of all time. Then we've got kind of like this electric moving space one. Then we've got this one, which is like the one we just saw, but a little bit more toned down. Yes, it's actually a different camo. This one's got kind of like a lightning effect. This one's got a yellow effect. And then for the final one, we got this one, which is my second favorite. Once again, like the nebula, but a little bit more blue and stuff, and not as nebulae. Overall, I think I'm gonna have to give this one a 10 out of 10. These are some of the most iconic Pack-A-Punch camos of all time, and I mean, they just look insane. You can't say these aren't amazing looking camos. Infinite Warfare time. Starting off with Zombies in Spaceland. Pack-A-Punch camos worked a little bit differently in Infinite Warfare. You could Pack-A-Punch your weapon 2 times. The first time you Pack-A-Punch it, you get 1 camo, and then you Pack-A-Punch it again. It upgrades the weapon, makes it a little bit stronger, and you get a different camo. This is the starting Pack-A-Punch camo on Zombies in Spaceland. It's pink and it's digital. Very, very basic. The second time you Pack-A-Punch your weapon, you get this one, which is a little bit more bright and vibrant. And these camos definitely do fit the theme of the map, but compared to some of the multiplayer camos we had at launch, and to get this when you Pack-A-Punch and it's not even animated, it was extremely underwhelming. So for Zombies in Spaceland, I'm gonna give these camos a 1 out of 10. The first DLC map for Infinite Warfare Zombies, Rave in the Redwoods, and they definitely improved the Pack-A-Punch camo on this map. Tier 1 is a very bright, vibrant, moving, almost like a tie-dye style camo, and then when you get into Tier 2, it's a sunflower camo. Once again, it lights up, it's glowing. This is a huge improvement from the very first map. And with that, I'm gonna give the Rave in the Redwoods Pack-A-Punch camos a 5 out of 10. Shaolin Shuffle definitely has some interesting Pack-A-Punch camos. The Tier 1 is someone doing a karate kick across the gun in a really low frame rate. The frame rate on this kind of annoys me a little bit about the Pack-A-Punch camo. Then the Tier 1 is like street lights flickering rapidly. I definitely like the Tier 2 Pack-A-Punch camo a lot better, but overall these aren't as interesting as the ones we just saw on Rave in the Redwoods, so I'd probably have to give these a 3 out of 10. Attack of the Radioactive thing. Tier 1's like this green slimy goo, which kind of makes sense for the map. It's a little gross, but you know, I get it, I understand it. Then Tier 2 is like these moving atoms on the weapon itself. Not the most interesting Pack-A-Punch camos, but at least it fits the map. Probably gonna have to give these a 4 out of 10. The final Infinite Warfare Zombies map, Beast from Beyond. The Tier 1 Pack-A-Punch camo is interesting. It's like a bloody, murky, watery mess. I mean, it's not the worst camo ever, but it's definitely kind of forgettable. Not gonna be something that I'm gonna, you know, go out of my way to use. Then we have the Tier 2 Pack-A-Punch camo, which is actually really cool. It's like this neural brain cell green moving camo. Overall, if I had to rate the camos on this map, I'd probably give them a 5 out of 10. World War II, the final Reich, and this camo is a lot better than what I remember it. I probably didn't give it enough credit at the time, but the coolest part is this is the first Zombies game you're actually able to sit and inspect the camo. It's almost like this marbly movie mystical style camo, got some blue in it. If I had to rank this, I'd probably give this a 7, and at the time when World War II launched, probably wouldn't have given that, but this is one that's definitely grown on me after seeing all the ones that came prior to this. Now, World War II didn't receive any more Pack-A-Punch camos till we get to the 3rd map pack with the Tortured Path. This being the first one for the first map of the Tortured Path. I actually really like this. This purple kind of electricity, almost like brain cells moving across it, is very nice. It's also got, you know, a cracked texture across it. Honestly, I'd probably give this an 8 out of 10. I really like purple Pack-A-Punch camos, and this one's fantastic. Now for the second Tortured Path map, we've got this green emerald-like Pack-A-Punch camo. This one's also pretty sick. I think I like the purple one a little bit more, but I'm just glad that, you know, towards DLC 3, they actually started adding in some new Pack-A-Punch camos, and they all share kind of the same theme. Overall, I'd probably give this one probably a 5 out of 10. For the third and final Pack-A-Punch camo on the Tortured Path, we've got like this MP gold electric style camo. It looks pretty sick. I actually like this one a lot, and I like how all the Tortured Path camos are themed together. However, I like the purple one over this one, so ultimately I'd rank this one a 6 out of 10. The Frozen Dawn, the final map in World War II containing our final Pack-A-Punch camo on this game. And yeah, this is a massive downgrade from the last three. The last three looked really good. This is like a dirt camo that's got a little bit of glowing in it. I'm really surprised they took, like, look at this. I'm really surprised they took this big of a back step after the other ones. Like, it's bad. I'm just going to outright. Dude, it looks like a dirt camo. It's just a gray dirt. I'm going to give this one probably a 1 out of 10. This was a terrible way to end off World War II in the Pack-A-Punch camos. Black Ops 4, by far the most underrated COD Zombies game when it comes to Pack-A-Punch camos. Starting off with Voyage of Despair, we've got like this reddish blue laser style camo. Then we've got kind of the same thing reverse. It's more blue than red and it kind of flows over top of it. Then we've got my favorite Pack-A-Punch camo of all time. It's like this ghosty white substance with like purple infused in it. Dude, I don't know why, but this Pack-A-Punch camo just stands out to me as like the best of all time. I absolutely love this, and it looks great on all weapons. Then we've got this flowing liquid green camo. Then finally we have the yellow camo, which I'm not the biggest fan of yellow Pack-A-Punch camos. Unfortunately, we can't inspect in this game. World War II had weapon inspects in Zombies. Black Ops 4 has weapon inspects, but was only for multiplayer and blackout. If I had to rank the Pack-A-Punch camos on this map, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 just for the fact that it contains this insanely cool white slash purple. Like, this is the most unique looking Pack-A-Punch in my opinion. Mine's got a very formulaic Pack-A-Punch design. It's got 5 different camos, but every camo has this sun texture, and then it's got a flowing color texture. There's a blue one, then we've got a yellow one, we've got a purple one, a red one, and then finally a green one. These are some of the brightest, most vibrant Pack-A-Punch camos we've seen. Most of the time you get a green Pack-A-Punch camo, it doesn't look that good, but this one actually looks pretty sick. Then we've got the red one and the purple one. I just like how colorful these ones are. So for that, I'm going to give these a 9 out of 10. Blood of the Dead, we've got this see-through ghosty style camo. Once again, there's 5 different versions. We've got the yellow version, we've got the red version, we've got the purple version, a green one, then finally we've got a blue one. This camo is pretty cool, and I guess the fiery theme kind of fits this map, but there's a lot of angles that you don't really get to see it that well, especially when we're loading and the camo just kind of goes pitch black. It's not a bad looking camo, but I don't know, it's kind of lackluster. 5 out of 10. Classified's Pack-A-Punch camo is definitely unique. It's blueprint scrolling around on the weapon. We have things like the ray gun, monkey bomb, and all that stuff. Once again, we have 5 different colors. We've got the red one, we've got this white with black one here, we've also got the blue one, there's a white one, and then there's this green and red one that reminds me of a Christmas camo. I don't know why, but whenever I see this green slash red camo just reminds me of a Christmas camo. So maybe next Christmas we'll stream using this. I know some people really like this camo, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of the scrolling blueprints. I mean, it's unique, but it's not what I want to use when I'm going to high round killing zombies. So I'm going to give this one a 3 out of 10. The Pack-A-Punch camos on Dead of the Night are kind of fancy, but kind of basic at the same time. They've got kind of a color underneath and kind of this white fancy texture on top. Once again, we've got 5 different colors. We've got the purple here. We've got the blue. Ooh, that one actually looks kind of sick. Then we've got the yellow one. Next, we've got a green one. And then finally, for the last one, we've got a red one that's got a little bit of purple in there as well. The issue with the camos on this map, they're just not as bright. They're way darker than the other colors we saw. This is kind of a really dull looking yellow, a really dull looking green. The only one that I like a lot is the red one, mainly because it's got some dark spots with purple in it. But because of all the colors just being dull, I'll probably end up giving this one a 5 out of 10 because they just don't stick out. The Ancient Evil Pack-A-Punch is like this pulsing rune moving effect over the entire weapon. Unfortunately, you're going to get times where you can't really see anything and it's mostly black. But once again, there are 5 different color variations. We've got the red one, which we see right here. We've got the blue one, which actually seems to have a little bit more blue than what the red one did. But once again, you can see sometimes there's just not a lot going on. Then we've got the yellow one, which, yeah, yellow Pack-A-Punch camos. Then we've got the purple one, and then finally we've got the green one. I really like this camo. I wish the pulsing effect was a little bit more. There just seems to be a large period of time where there's nothing going on. It's still pretty cool though, so I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10. Alpha Omega is the first zombies map in Black Ops 4 to only have 1 Pack-A-Punch camo. It doesn't matter how many times you Pack-A-Punch your weapon on this map, you are only going to get this camo. At first, I hated this camo, but this camo has grown on me a ton and I really like what they've done with it. It's like this nuclear kind of X-ray slash matte black camo. It completely goes fully matte black, and then you get kind of this nuclear radiation that goes across the gun, and it's super fitting for the theme. And I know a lot of people don't like it, but the more I've used it, I think I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. I really do like this one. Some weapons, you know, the combination doesn't really work on, the attachments don't match the rest of the flow, but for weapons that it works on, it's just a unique effect you're not going to find with any other weapon. The final Pack-A-Punch camo for Black Ops 4 on Tagder and Toten is this ice-themed camo with like a little bit of yellow. It has the same 3D effect we saw on the OG Origins camo on Black Ops 2. I'm kind of biased when it comes to this because I really like ice-themed stuff. And dude, this camo to me is just, it's amazing. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The Pack-A-Punch system in Cold War Zombies works differently than any other system we've seen in the past. Yes, there are multiple Pack-A-Punch camos on this map, but it's not like the previous games where you got a random camo when you Pack-A-Punch. There's 3 different levels per Pack-A-Punch, and each different tier has a different camo. So for the tier 1 Pack-A-Punch, we've got this yellow / black kind of, it's got a texture on it. It's almost got like a hardened texture, but it's yellow and black. Then when you get it tier 2, you're going to get this green / black Pack-A-Punch camo, also having the same texture. Then for the third and final tier, you're gonna get this pinkish purplish Pack-A-Punch camo with the same texture. I like this one, but after looking at all the other ones, it's not the craziest thing we've ever seen. My ranking for this one's probably gonna be a 6 out of 10. Cold War Zombies didn't get any new Pack-A-Punch camos till DLC 3 Malware Toten, but it was definitely worth the wait. These are some amazing looking Pack-A-Punch camos. Once again, we've got 3 different Pack-A-Punch camos, 1 for each Pack-A-Punch tier. The first one's like this gooey moving liquid that's green and red. Also got red accents, and then we got the zombies here. Then for tier 2, we've got kind of a more green that's definitely brighter. This one's got green accents instead of red, and it's a little bit brighter. Then for the tier 3, the final Pack-A-Punch camo, this one almost reminds me of like a galaxy theme. You've got this purple in there, you've got this yellow in there, kind of a magenta, and then gold accents when you ADS. Yeah, this one's gonna get an easy solid 10 out of 10 for me. Moving on to Forsaken, the final map in Black Ops Cold War. Just like the other maps, there's gonna be 3 different tiers of Pack-A-Punch, 1 camo for each. This one's kind of hard to describe. It's almost like this watercolor glitchy just paint blob camo mixed together. However, this camo does have a unique feature the other camos in Cold War doesn't have. The alternative texture moves. If you take any of the other Pack-A-Punch camos on the other map and you were to ADS, this would be a solid red color or a gold color or some other color, but any part that's not covered by the main texture is actually moving, and it's very cool. So there's 3 different tiers. At the first tier, we've got kind of this yellowish camo, and let's move down here before we die to radiation. Then for tier 2, you've got kind of this almost raspberry, this like I don't even know how to describe this, like this light reddish pinkish with blue. This might be my favorite tier, and the alternate texture also changes a little bit as well. Then we move on to the final tier, which actually doesn't change too much from the second tier. It's a little bit lighter, kind of like a pinkish oranges, and the alternate texture once again changes. This one almost looks like blood in the right lighting. It is very, very interesting. I'm gonna probably give this camo an 8 out of 10 just for uniqueness, and it does look pretty sick. However, I think the tier 2 is the best, not tier 3. Vanguard Zombies, the first COD Zombies game to launch with a Pack-A-Punch machine and not have a Pack-A-Punch camo. Luckily, it eventually was added in, and the system works just like Cold War. So this is the tier 1 camo on Durafong. It's got this crystal effect that is 3D, and I think it's supposed to look like Aether crystals, and it just moves across the gun. Then for tier 2, you get this almost like greenish color that once again has the 3D effect, except the accent colors actually move on this, and it's this silverish color. Now if we go ahead and Pack-A-Punch one final time to get the third tier, this being my favorite on this map, now you've got this purple crystal and the accents are gold. I really like the fact that the accents move, but the worst part about this camo is this is an extremely dark zombies map. 90% of the locations you go, you can't really see what's going on with the camo too much. Any of the place you teleport's really dark, and the only time you can actually really admire this camo is when you take it in the light spots here in the hub, and the amount of times I normally play in this area are very, very slim. So I'm gonna have to give this camo a low ranking just for the fact you can't see it. On any other map, it would have got a higher ranking, but for being on Durafong, this is going to get a 1 out of 10. Terra, Maledicta, and the Archon share this moving crack sand camo, which makes sense because it's a desert map. It doesn't glow, so if you take it in darker areas, you're not going to see it. But on the bright side, this map is extremely bright. So in any area, you're going to see it. There's not a lot of dark spots. The tier 1 version of this camo is kind of this brownish gray color that moves across, got some lava cracks here. Once you upgrade to tier 2, it turns into this red cracks, and then it's like a darker gray for the accent color. Looking fantastic. Then when you Pack-A-Punch it for the third and final time, just like on the original map, it turns to like this purple, but now there's also some green in there with gold accent colors. I do like this one quite a bit, and it makes more sense because it's on a brighter map. I'm gonna give this one like a 5 out of 10. Shi No Numa Reborn, our final map for Vanguard Zombies, and the Pack-A-Punch Camo on this map's interesting because the texture you see moving across here is actually the face of the final boss on this map. It's kind of hard to tell because obviously the texture is kind of laid out on a weapon, and unless you're seeing it flat, you're not gonna really know that, but it's a cool detail nonetheless. This camo, just like all the other Vanguard camos, does not glow in the dark. The tier 1 camos got red accents and kind of blue. The most unfortunate part about this camo you're gonna see as we upgrade it to more tiers. So once we get to tier 2 almost looks identical. It's a little bit more blue. Yes, this is the tier 2 version of the camo. We went from tier 1 to tier 2, and most of you probably didn't notice a difference. Legitimately, it just gets a little bit more blue on the eyes and stuff, and you can notice the face a little bit more if you look on the left side there towards the back. You can see definitely the face of the boss moving around there. Now let's go to the third Pack-A-Punch tier on this map, and this one is honestly, I think, the worst on this map. Now it's just like lightning in place of where the face would have been, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the third tier. And overall, the Pack-A-Punch camo on this map, I wish it lit up. It's a dark map, but Vanguard just didn't have any light up camos. And I don't know, I feel like I'm gonna give this one a lower ranking because all three of these almost look identical. The third one looks a little bit different, but it's very subtle changes. I wish they at least changed the accent color. So for that, I'm gonna give this one a 4 out of 10. So that's it, we're finally done. That is all 122 Pack-A-Punch camos in COD Zombies right now, and it's gonna be that way for a while. The next Zombies game isn't coming out till 2024, so we got a couple years to wait till we get any more. Out of everything in this video, I only gave 5 different camos a 10 out of 10 ranking. That being the OG World at War camo, the very first Pack-A-Punch camo ever. In Black Ops 2, we had the OG Origins Pack-A-Punch camo. In Black Ops 3, we had the Revelations Pack-A-Punch camos. In Black Ops 4, we had the Voyage of Despair Pack-A-Punch camos. In Cold War, we had the Maledicta Toten Pack-A-Punch camos. One thing I've realized, I only gave one 10 out of 10 for each game. There was no game that got 2 10 out of 10s, and they all happen to come from Treyarch titles as well. However, that's just my opinion. Those are my top 5 favorite Pack-A-Punch camos of all time. Leave me your top 5 down in the comments below. And if you guys want to see more videos like this that are ridiculous in size, like this project was over 2 months in the making. I've been working on this off and on for 2 months now. There was probably, I don't even want to estimate the amount of time this project took. If you want to see more long form projects like this here on my channel, if you leave a like or a comment, that definitely helps out a lot. If we get 5,000 likes, we'll do something else for COD Zombies that's ridiculous and also in this scope. And if you watched all the way to the end, thank you a ton. It helps me out a lot, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.